Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the scene of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. We start this scene at the training grounds of the Sept of the Green, where we find the Clay cousins, just arriving on the training grounds together. Robin has probably a flask of water with her, and just gonna place that and her bag like at one of the um, corners of the training grounds. And yeah, it's just basically gonna look at Jacob and kind of shrug. So you wanted to meet me here?
Yeah, Jacob's in more kind of practical gear, short like little t-shirt, jeans. He's holding a wooden clave and kind of twirls it very casually. I'll teach you how to hold a weapon straight.
Okay. I mean, maybe you're a little late at teaching me how to hold it straight, but I'll take any pointers you can throw at me.
How to hold it well, then.
Fine, fair enough.
Well, you say you already know how to hold it, so let's see. And he'll just casually toss one your way.
Okay. She'll try and catch it. Her Dex Athletics isn't great, so I'll
Fumble.
just make a roll for it. Yeah. She does grab it at first, but because of the impact, it kind of gets knocked out of her hands, and she tries to catch it with her left hand then again, and then it just kind of drops on the ground, and she looks at it sheepishly for a moment and says,
Promising.
"Well, maybe we should start trying to, toss back and forth. Just glad this is a training sword."
They're not ninja stars.
Well, exactly. So why would you? Never mind.
Never mind. You can always hold it with your feathers if you want.
Oh, ha ha ha.
All
Surprised you
right.
haven't given me a fine yet.
Now, flying is something I really wish I could do. Why is that a Black Fury gift, but not a freaking Falcon gift? What the fuck? Anyway,
Yeah, me too. Flying would be fun.
so he'll kind of look at how you're holding it first.
Yeah, she'll just pick it up from the ground and kind of, goes to stand, not like legs, just a little bit apart, just kind of taking that relaxed stance. And yep, I mean, I'd say with two dots in melee, you kind of know how to properly hold a sword.
Maybe. Um,
Eh,
hmm.
eh.
So he kind of, yeah, he looks at how you're holding it. You hold it competently because melee 2 is practiced, so you know what you're doing. Um,
Although this is the first time that she's holding a clave, so there might be just slightly off for like, wielding a clave properly.
hmm. When Jacob kind of approaches you, he says, "So claves aren't too dissimilar from more mundane weapons and how you wield them. However, they can vary in size from like kind of large daggers to short swords. The one you're holding is probably more along the size of my own. So about yeah, probably a fairly weighty short sword.
Hmm. How did you actually get yours?
I was guided by Falcon to a very secret place, which I cannot disclose to anyone. Killed some evil cultists and a Nexus crawler. and then prove myself to an elder spirit of our of my tribe,
Nice.
and walk through fire.
Okay. You know, you're a lousy storyteller.
It's not my job. There was a Galliard there. I'm sure when you meet her, she will tell you the full story in its absolute glory. But yes, that's largely what it came down to. I did what I had to do, simply put. To be honest,
That seems to
it's
be your
not
life's motto.
it's not the best story because in I mean it's well I can't go into too much detail because I literally can't say where I was. I can tell you what I
Fair
did there.
enough.
But yeah. Anyway, um yeah, just kind of hot up straight for a moment as if the tip of the sword is it sorry, he'll say tip of the clave is just facing directly upwards.
Mm-hmm.
Um with both hands, then just kind of tip it forward slightly. Your stance isn't bad. Your stance is fine.
Okay.
Just keep your back up fairly straight.
Yeah, she'll make the adjustments and kind of waits to see if like she's doing it all right. Kind of looking at Jacob like this.
Yeah. Don't feel I know I said stand up straight, but don't feel don't get too tense about it. Um because then you're not going to be absorbed the force of a force of an attack properly.
Okay.
You
She
need to move
relaxes
with
somewhat.
strikes. Pardon?
She relaxes somewhat.
Yeah.
So if I beat you,
If you beat me, what?
will be my reward.
I don't know. A cookie? A
Cookie.
badge?
I don't want a badge.
I can
I'm
get
not
you
a
a
cop.
certificate. I'll even use word art.
How about you buy me a latte?
I'll buy you a sugar-free latte.
I mean, if there's one thing that I don't kind of need to watch out for anymore nowadays, it seems to be my weight. Like, no matter what I eat, I don't put on any kind of fats.
I mean, Garu have pretty like violent metabolisms. Um,
Yeah, I can tell.
but I mean, you can still get fat. You just have to try a little bit harder. You get lazy, it's still gonna happen. It's because you've been training a lot, right? Like if we weren't
I
always training,
probably, yeah. Okay, let's do this.
all right. Considering you seem to know what you're doing, I'll probably just kind of I'll try and help you as we go along.
All right.
Hmm. There are actually quite a lot of styles you can take to clave dueling. You can even try and wield it one-handed, almost treat it as if it's some sort of short rapier in a way. Claves tend to be fairly light, so you can free up your extra hand for something else. Just be careful if the other person is using both hands, because that does mean they can just well
Yeah,
come down on you pretty heavily.
yeah. Oh, by the way, do you want to activate a mercy, Talon, just in case, or do you think we'll be good?
These aren't lethal weapons.
I know, but still,
I
it's a
appreciate it.
it's a full moon.
Oh, let's get started then. No time like the present.
I think this is the first time that we fight.
I'm pretty sure I ended up pulling your hair that one time, but yeah.
Yeah, right after I kicked your ass.
Yeah, and then didn't matter because I was pulling your hair and you really hated that.
Well, of course, it's hair pulling. It's girly.
Also, when did you ever kick my ass? Haven't I? I'm pretty sure I've always been better at the fisticuffs than you.
Aha! Not true. Not that one time. You threw my ice cream on the ground. I remember that.
I don't throw it. I just knocked it out of your hand.
Right.
Jacob's gonna I'm gonna make an manipulation subterfuge wrong because he's fucking with you right now. I'm gonna see if he can get a fucking sucker punch in. Ah, screw you, dice roller. Hurry up. There you go. Only 2 successes. I'm disappointed. Come on, dice roller. Let me have my fun.
Yeah, I mean, I fail, so go ahead.
So he's kind of like messing around and like kind of talking about all those nostalgic bad times where he was a dick to you. And maybe you don't really catch that he's actually gotten pretty close to you. Uh, and we'll just make an immediate disarm action on you.
Uh,
Uh, I'm gonna
so
see.
mean.
He's hey, he's being that guy. He's teaching you a lesson of being a dick. So what does this do? It's Dex plus my difficulty is +1. Um, if my successes on the roll exceed your strength score, you drop the weapon.
Oh, wow. Okay, so if you have 3 successes.
The strength is oh yeah, I have to exceed it. So.
I'm a baby bird.
In the
My,
I only get 2 because of the
yeah,
1.
then you don't exceed it because she has strength 2. So sorry.
Yeah, that's disappointing. Fuck you, 1. Okay, so yeah, he's like talking to you about all this shit. And he's talking to you about how he knocked the ice cream out of your hand. And is more or less going to make the point again by trying to knock the clave out of your hand. I'll have him roll his damage because he does do. I think it's +2. It's +2 bashing.
Okay.
So yeah. Um,
Right,
1
you knock
plus
on the hand.
2 plus 3 is 6.
Oh boy.
It doesn't do any damage to you. It's fine.
So she immediately kind of jumps away as he does that and looks at him. You filthy little sneak. And yeah, I mean, she's just gonna go for a normal
And it
straight out
almost worked.
attack.
Stop listening to your opponent.
Oh,
Wow. That's a much better roll. Wielding a clave is literally 5 difficulty 5, so.
oh wow, seriously? So it's
Oh, but
4
it's
successes?
oh no, I'm actually rolling it difficulty 7 then. I think because of both. No, still diff 5 even if we're both wielding. Yeah, so.
Oh, okay. So is it clave plus strength +1 or something, or
Strength +2.
strength +2? Okay, so
I'm a roll to parry. Am I rolling 7? Yeah, I should. Yeah, I'm rolling. I am rolling. I'm gonna roll to parry that. Parry your attack. Oh, fuck it. That takes me.
okay. Oh,
Um,
I mean, it's only 2 bashing that you get
I
from
don't have the
this.
benefits of reindeer anymore, though.
Oh.
It's like 1, so you actually get a good lick on him. Ow, mean.
You know, fuck it. She'll spend 2 rage on this because she's like.
Wow! Okay. I gain a rage. I'll spend 1 rage. Actually, no, he probably wouldn't.
So that basically means that basically you had your
Actually, no,
turn.
he
It's
would,
my
because
turn.
he is
So
taking this seriously, because he did
okay,
fuck.
fine. Then you go and do your rage action now, and I'll have 2
He'll
on
spend
later.
a single rage.
You should have declared it when you attacked, but hey,
Okay.
for this time,
Oh my god, fuck my dice.
Oh.
Just multiple ones. Roll. That's still better than before
Actually,
though.
didn't you spend your rage then to parry? Because basically you had your normal action, then it was my action, then you parried.
Because my subterfuge roll was to ambush you and get a surprise attack.
Well, I mean, you're pushing it.
I'm
Technically,
being
if
a
that would
nut.
be the case, I would be on the attack side now because you basically spent your main action parrying.
Okay, I mean you can do that if you want. That's
No,
fine.
don't worry, just roll it. It's cool.
Okay,
I'll
I
just do
do
two
two. Well, I
attacks
only do
later.
2 damage, so yeah.
I don't soak out any of them, so I take two.
Ow! He hit you real hard.
You
That's
hit me real
mean.
hard. Why you do this? Oh well.
Uh,
Well, my
uh,
rage actions is gonna be spending picking up the glaive that
She's like,
flew.
I stab you, and then Jacob's like, okay, and just kind of swivels, and then you fall on you fall
Yeah.
over.
So she has to spend her other rage action to actually get up. God damn it.
Okay.
And she's definitely grumbling. I mean, I think she's gonna take a rage for this.
Do you wanna roll initiative just to get that out of the way, or do you just want to
Yeah,
take it in
might be
turns?
smart. I mean, we can just take turns. It's fine. I
I'll
can
just roll my
roll with
initiative.
that.
Well, I rolled a 1 because Jacob can never have good initiative ratings, so lol.
Let's see what my modifiers
Jacob
are.
will never have a good initiative rating. It's set in stone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Jacob's not allowed to have a decent initiative. I learned this early on. He will always get like initiative rating of 12 or below.
Oh wow. Okay. So yeah.
Granted, 8
Robin's
is as low as it gets for him, but still.
Robin's main action is that she's going to attack him again. And she'll spend another two rage because she wants to show Jacob that she can at least do something.
He'll spend a rage as well. I will spend my action parrying her.
Okay.
My main action.
I have two successes now, so you should be able to parry that.
Yeah, I get 7. So
Wow. Shit. Okay.
I'm just gonna quickly look up what parrying does, if it does more than just blocking an attack.
I think it like you take the. I would expect that you take the successes that um like minus the two of mine. So if you have 7 successes, like you make it 4. Jesus Christ, you're gonna knock me out in 2 swift blows. God fucking damn it.
Well, I'm just looking because I know it's a thing you can do in like this game, but I don't see it anywhere in the
I mean,
actual
there's
book.
parry and there's riposte. I think you would make a riposte now because basically you parried successfully. So you're. I would say I'm not quite sure, and I always forget these rules. And fuck it, no one's gonna look at the scene anyway. So I would say just take the 4 successes and then use them to roll damage.
Okay. Plus the 2 from the clave.
Yeah, of course. No.
Yeah. Um, and strength as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just normal attack.
Ah, I mean, this is my best roll then.
Yeah.
I'd say this is I do only two bashing.
And she only soaks 1, so she is now
Ow.
at 3, which means she starts to take dice
You do,
penalty.
however, get a free hit or a free attack because Jacob only he can only parry 2 of your strikes. He will parry the
Yeah.
second one as well.
Okay, well, here comes the second one, but now with the dice penalty. And that's 3 successes. Wow.
Nice. He does get
3. So
4
basically
because
six.
he's a specialty in claves.
Oh, okay. Well, then you still have 1 success over me, so go ahead.
So he'll roll 5. Um, he does no damage with this one.
And final attack, Robin.
You got it.
One
Yeah.
success only. So that is strength
Go
plus
get him.
just strength plus 2. That's 2 bashing again.
He soaks 1, so yeah, he takes a dice penalty now.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Top of. Oh wait, I'm on top of the initiative.
yes, I will parry again.
Of course. So I spent 4 rage now. I took 1 for being hit.
And 1 for entering
And 1
combat.
for. Yeah, no, one of those two falls has fallen away recently,
Yeah,
rule
it's the entering
wise.
combat, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
You're still being rage when you take damage. I think it's for entering combat now.
So I have 1 rage left. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend that. That's 2 successes. Huh?
3. So roll. I mean, 4 damage.
Oof. Yep. You stun her. She takes. Yeah, I mean, your damage, like she takes 3 bashing. Actually, that brings her at 6, I believe. Yeah, because she was on 3. So she's starting to look pretty bad, actually, and seems to be pretty dazed.
Okay. We'll try and disarm her
And
now.
she can't really act this turn. So yeah.
Yeah, he disarms her. He won't. I won't roll
Yeah.
damage because his roll is not to hurt her past this point. So
I mean, technically you should because you're making an attack. Like you're knocking with force something
but
out of
how do you represent someone? I mean, there are
like
ways to get a
the
weapon out of
disarm.
someone's hand without
I mean, I
hurting
would
them.
say you could disarm her by simply slapping on the weapon itself and not on her arm, therefore
Yeah.
not doing damage. But I would say that that would be a higher difficulty because it's a smaller target that you're trying to hit.
I mean, I'm already rolling at a higher difficulty because of what the action asks me to roll at.
Yeah,
That's literally that's the because it
yeah,
requires me
because
to align.
you're trying to hit the arm.
Oh yeah, I'm rolling
Like,
at a +1 difficulty right now.
yeah, so I'd say if you would try to hit the clave, it would be at a +2 difficulty. That would be my
Um,
logic. I mean, we can ask NST for it if
I
we
still get
want
3
to, but
successes because difficulty's 5 +2 is still 7. I got 7,
yeah,
7,
fair
9. So
enough. Okay.
even if a +2 diff, I still get the 3 sucks.
Okay.
So
Well, yeah, you knocked the weapon out of her hand, and
I
she's
feel
just.
like it should be plausible to actually be able to realistically and mechanically hold back if the character wants to without.
I mean, honestly, the entire thing about this arm is that you're hitting someone's arm so hard that they're forced to let go of the weapon. So I would say holding back is definitely a no-go. But
I mean that's not necessarily true because, like, for via that logic of cutting off someone's arm with a successful disarm action rather than just removing the weapon from their
yeah,
hand, which is
yeah,
logical.
I'd say if you would do actually like lethal damage and hitting someone's arm, and you have more than 4 or 5 lethal, you definitely chop off their arm instead.
I
But that would
slightly
be my
disagree.
logic.
I
That's
slightly
fine.
disagree.
We can disagree on this. I am right.
I think that's something for the theme.
Okay.
But yeah, no, yeah, Jacob basically
Anyway,
removes
yeah,
the weapon from
yeah,
your hand by kind of, you know, where the hilt and the blade connect.
yeah.
He basically strikes there,
Mhm.
um, which puts a lot of force. Um, the kind of centrifugal force obviously heads toward, curves towards him, um, which ends up kind of knocking it out of her hand as she's stunned.
Yeah.
He's
Um.
removing, he's basically inverting a lot of the leverage she has in her hand, like she has by wielding the weapon in her hand.
Yeah. However, that blow does kind of like story-wise, it just kind of brings her back out of that daze. And she's just giving a quick look at the weapon that's now on the ground, and then at Jacob, and fuck it, she's just gonna try and punch him.
She's gonna try. I think it's
Yeah,
actually additional difficulty to hit someone who's armed because they have additional reach on you.
that's fine. I also
So
realized that I'm at 6, so I have to take a -5.
yeah, can you actually hit him?
Oi. I mean, I have 1d10 to try and hit him.
You go do it. You can do it. You have
Oh,
a, like, what, 40% chance to hit?
I mean, it's a 6.
Yeah, +1 diff because of the reach difference.
Okay, yeah,
Claves
no,
give a +1
she's
reach.
just kind of like swinging her fist and just. I mean, I'd say she would like hit his arm, but since
I
she was
think,
going
yeah,
for
you
like
definitely
his.
agree on 6 because the 6 is literally just barely missing him.
Yeah.
So he, like, tries and gets the right hook, and he kind of moves his fist almost as if he's like rolling with, like, he were to roll the punch, but does it kind of prematurely, and it kind of like you're like you're kind of the knuckle on your second finger kind of grazes
Mm.
his cheek. Um, as he will probably he'll just pick up your clave for his turn and point it at you.
I mean, for her, this was definitely the last thing that she did. So she kind of, after that swing, just kind of lets herself drop on the ground and just, panting, and then, I mean, with six bashing, yeah, she's just like, fuck, you win.
Did I ever mention if I win, you buy me a latte?
Uh,
He will sit down next to you and ruffle your hair.
how stop that?
Aw. You didn't do too badly, to be honest.
I didn't even get a hit in.
Yeah, you did. He points to the mark on his face
Oh,
because you knocked
right.
him down to injured.
She did two
She
bashing.
did two bashing.
I'm uh, I'm not very good yet. Trying to get better, but
Better than half would accept here, to be honest. Most people just use their claws, which I can obviously see why, and sometimes it's literally more effective. But people still underestimate the use of a handheld tool, particularly a clave.
why? I mean, why would you favor this over claws? Just
Claves are
out of
made of
curiosity.
silver, and a weapon gives you reach that your claws don't. You have to get it in real close to use claws. Puts you at risk in a lot of ways. I mean, it's a risk we're all able to take, but a weapon is still safer
Mm.
a lot of the time. And I mean, I can imagine the glasswalkers and bone gnawers creating some pretty inventive weaponry to substitute for those claws. We actually had a warder who used a sword. He
Oh,
was a Metis who didn't have claws, so he had to use a weapon.
I see.
He also used an AK-47, which has the
Okay.
rather marked ranged advantage that our claws do not have.
Yeah. Um, I actually, Cammy tried to teach me how to shoot, and
I can do that. To be honest, I haven't been doing much shooting since I became a guru. I don't think I've barely ever shot anything. I mean,
there's
I've
also a
kept up my
Black
skills
Fury.
largely by being on the just go heading down to the shooting range every now and then, and practicing it at work. That's pretty much it. I haven't been doing shooting as part of my mainline job. Like, well, my mainline job. I mean, as a guru. But yeah, I can definitely show you how. To be honest, I could show you how to fight in pretty much any capacity. I'm very
Why?
good at rolling and handheld, well, yeah, hand to hand and well,
Mhm.
weapon to weapon. I'm actually probably the worst at. I'm probably worse at guns than I am at actually fighting with my fists now. It's kind of weird. I remember it used to be the opposite. Like, I used to be pretty good with guns and stuff.
Mm. My dad took me to a shooting range once, so I know kind of how to, I know
Oh
the.
yeah, yeah. We can't let off guns on the set though.
I
Um,
don't even own one, so don't worry about that.
yeah, it attracts well me, my people, and also scares a lot of like lupus and metis unfamiliar of what a gun actually is.
It's not just that; it also makes you end up with people like me in a hospital or a psychiatric ward,
Yeah.
presumably both.
The things we're fighting are not going to be going to you.
Fair
Um,
enough.
and I've noticed it's been really hard to shapeshift recently.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. It's concerning. I would associate this to do with associate something like this to with the Weaver somehow. I don't
Wait,
like
it's
it.
hard to
Something's weird.
shapeshift? I mean, it's always hard to shapeshift, but
I mean, for you,
eh.
But for the rest of us, usually
Actually,
it's a fairly fluid process. It's gotten a lot more difficult. What?
it might not have to do with the Weaver
What do you mean?
because, well, I told you about Iliad. No, sorry, not Iliad. God, I always got this mixed up. It's not Iliad because that's in Mage. It's Iago. I told you about Iago, right?
Yeah.
So, when they captured us, they were trying to find a cure for lycanthropy. Like, I don't know what the right pronunciation is of that in English. Like, they tried to find a cure for us. I mean, sure, it could be the Weaver, but have you considered that it might be them?
I mean, I don't know. I've only just discovered this recently.
Mm. I mean, they said that there was a plan that they were trying to accomplish. Maybe they're just trying to, you know, stop us from shifting altogether.
That's not a cure, then. That's fraudulent. That's just
I
trying
mean,
to
it's a
cover up.
worm-infested corporation. You honestly think that they're trying to cure us of anything?
That's pretty stupid of them. Could be used
They're trying to
against them.
cure us of life.
I mean, what I'm saying is that even trying to fuck around with this is pretty stupid because if the Glasswalkers get a hold of this, you can be sure as hell that they'd use it against them.
I mean,
So,
any weapon can be used against you.
I mean, this is really fucking stupid, though.
I mean, I'm not sure if this is the case, but
I mean, I'm gonna look into it. To be honest, the Fierges need to look into it first, though. This isn't my forte, so I'm going to be relying on them. And if they don't, then I'm probably going to give them a kick up the ass. It's not the
I
first
mean,
time that
of
I've
course,
done
you have to
something.
go with your first hunch. If you say this is something the Weaver might have to do with, then sure, yeah, let's go and check it out. Like that should be visible somewhere, right? I mean, should we see more spiders then or something? But if it isn't, then this might also be a probability.
I'll look into it. I'm not going to draw any conclusions. All I know is something is happening. Not to what end. All we know is the results of that occurrence. We don't know why or how or even what
True.
or where.
I mean, I know there's a shipment of medical supplies coming in soon.
Yeah, I was going to have a look into that.
Yeah, if we could find a location.
Really
I,
weird for medical equipment to be smuggled into the country. Like, it's just strange.
it's not necessarily smuggled, I guess.
Well, I mean,
It's just that
if
the
only a
destination is
tiny,
unknown.
if a destination unknown. Yeah, I was going to ask, like, if only a tiny portion of it is actually legally accounted for, then it's smuggling.
I mean, I know of a small portion that's distributed to the hospitals. I don't know where the rest of the bulk is going to. If we can find that out, then we have an address to investigate. If it's an unknown address, for all I know, it's just another hospital that I don't know about. Like,
I mean, they'd be more public about it if that were the case. There'd be no reason to hide it. Right? You know, why would
true.
hospitals hide their own medical shipments? It doesn't make any sense.
No, but I mean, I have some influence there. I have some ears, but I don't have all the ears. You know, if there are kinfolk that work in medical facilities here,
Um, I mean, we literally had kinfolk taking care of someone from medically, so yes.
Hmm. Might have to look into that. If I can get some of the kinfolk to work with me on this, then perhaps I can find out more. It's just shitty. I mean, I can't really go and. I mean, I can't go except on my own, so it's really frustrating. Actually, the grandfather said that the spirits apparently think that I could make a Cleath already.
Cool. Can't wait to see you as a cliff.
I don't know. I don't feel ready for it yet.
He shakes you. He jostles you.
Ow!
See, this is why you're still a little babby. It's okay. I think it's okay. I'm sorry.
Fuck, that hurts. It's gonna take me a while.
Yeah, man. If only you changed into your true form. No, not true form, but
Yeah, I mean, I tried that once. You know what happened?
not much.
Exactly.
Try harder.
Fine.
You could. I mean, you could ask spirits about it or ancestor spirits. To be honest, they
But
probably
there
have
are
answers for
ancestor
you.
spirits?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, but I can't talk to spirits.
I mean, plenty of people here can.
True. I mean, I could try.
And some spirits are more willing to speak in the human language than others. And for example, ancestors would pretty freely associate with their pack mates if any of them are still alive, or those directly tied to their tribe. At least in my experience, I've never needed to use spirit speech from my ancestor spirits.
Okay. Well, I'll look into that. I don't know. There's so much going on, and I want to help out, so I don't really know how.
Mm. Welcome to the mess of a nation and all of our problems.
I guess. I mean, if the spirits think I'm ready, do you think I should
I mean,
try and go for it?
you can go at your own pace. I mean, there's someone here who's literally been a clear for years. There are people who have been clears for years that have come here and then had kind of brief spurts of moving through the ranks. I don't know what it is about this place which causes that, but people here tend to move pretty quickly. I guess it's because of the ever shifting landscape.
Yeah.
We're kind of forced to keep pushing forward. We can't be as lax as other septs. But I mean, there's someone here who has been. It hasn't really hurt them. I mean, she's
I
not
mean,
really.
but being a Cleath, like, you can actually do stuff.
Yes, you can actually leave the sets, continue on with your life in some capacity. Like you still, like for example, I was still able to be a police officer. Obviously, I have to prioritize being a guru over that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really see me ever becoming a psychologist. I've come to terms with that, I guess. I can still use whatever I learned to, help out here. Maybe, get one of those jobs where, weren't you saying that? Like writing for a newspaper? Like an agony
Agony.
aunt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are always other ways, and the problem is there is a gift which allows you to briefly erase your rage. Um, it's pretty dangerous though. It's more like you're locking it away.
Hmm.
So to re-access it requires a bit of time, and obviously, if you're taken by surprise, you don't necessarily have that time.
Yeah, I can see how that might become an issue. I don't know. Like it's good to know that the spirits think I'm ready, but I feel that there's more that I want to learn before that.
Well, I guess it depends on what you want to learn. Because to be honest, as a clear, you're going to be learning anyway. Don't think that being a Clearth is all that glorious. You're like you've gone from training academy to you're the private on the battlefield. Have fun. You know, you go up from baby status to grunt status. It's not. It's an honor and all, but as soon as that celebration and that party's over, you're expected to start lifting weights and carrying boxes around and all that shit.
I mean, I don't mind. Uh, I don't mind, carrying my own weight. I've pretty much done that before I came here. This is actually feels like a step back. I mean, that's the same with you, right? You had a job, and then you got basically thrown into this park, and you weren't allowed to leave it. I take it.
Yeah, yeah. I was treated as a missing person for quite a while. I was going to be real pissed off if they actually killed me off. I was actually just going to walk straight back into the fucking um,
I mean,
DVA and say, "Hey, what the fuck?"
I remember that. I remember, like, we were very worried. It's kind of silly now that I know what happened, but yeah, whatever. I might have to. So, if I were to become a Silver Fang, so I believe you need to challenge someone, right? So, do I challenge you, or do I challenge the warder? I haven't really had a decent conversation with him.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, one of the two sort of things.
So, technically, I could challenge you.
Yes, he pats you on the head.
Fine. Then, there
I
it
mean, we'll
goes.
have to. I mean, we have to go through. A falcon will have to be summoned to assess you.
Okay. I mean, we could
Obviously,
we, we could try and find a warder if he is around.
I mean, don't you don't need to rush it. Like you just said, like you're not sure. Just take some time to think about it.
I mean, I have taken a lot of time to think about it, and I've also heard that I'm probably overthinking things.
I mean, they told me that, and they're fucking wrong. I mean, the nation stand for thinking is I see the thing, I hit the thing, I kill the thing. It's not very fucking complex.
I
We're
mean, this
not
is true, but
like we need more thinkers in the nation. We don't need more bruisers. We got enough of those.
I think it's important to be versatile and to do things on impulse, but also know when you shouldn't act on your impulses.
I mean, that is the ideal state of being. I would like to think I embodied it to some extent, considering I'm more than capable of holding my own.
Of course, Jakey, you are the ideal.
Yes.
I have all these baby pictures of yours.
Mhm.
The urge to hang them around here, like just on trees and everything.
Well,
The
part
thing
of me
is,
is part of me is so I guess I just want to do say something
mm,
because I don't mind like in jokes and stuff.
I wouldn't
There have
do
been
it.
there have been times where people have tried to attack my integrity, and I mean, not only is that an important thing in the nation, I mean, I'm basically a politician now, right?
Look,
So
Jake,
I mean,
I'm not
just
gonna put your baby pictures on Sept.
I'm just saying, like some stuff I'm literally obligated not to take lying down. Like it's not even that I want to react; it's that I am obligated to do so. I don't. I mean, I certainly don't want to be in a position where I need to do that with you. I mean, I don't want to even approach that. So I'm just saying that right now, not because like, oh, don't be a mean, don't prank me or I'll overreact. It's like, nah, I'm literally obligated to overreact. That and frankly, there are enough assholes around here who would absolutely try and exploit it to undermine my position here.
I just got kicked out of the Hangouts.
What the fuck? That's fine.
So I missed everything you said.
And he said basically it's like not that he wants to overreact, but that he's obligated to overreact. And he says like, and let's face it, there are absolutely people here who would exploit that to undermine my position because they're hateful losers, frankly. I mean, they're not
Wow,
here anymore. They'll probably be back sometime.
that's kind of that's mm,
Their time in the world is done. They're living in the past and they can't deal with it. Simple truth. The funny thing is that they could literally go to any other sept and they'd accept them. They'd accept their backwards views of things, but they want to push it on the most liberal, progressive, modernized. Well, maybe not modernized sept, but definitely close to it. Most liberal sept in the world. And I'm just thinking, why are you even here?
wow. Um, that's
They
I
could
didn't
literally
ex-
go anywhere else.
I didn't
Anywhere.
expect you to say something like that. That's as far as I know, everybody here's been quite lovely.
Seekers have less than a sterling or had less than a sterling reputation of my pack, and to be honest, have been controversial for a very long time. Their outrage is selective, and as such hypocritical in the extreme, and also in many cases just outright fraudulent and unwarranted. Like, yeah, you'll find that Aiden is probably quite nice to you, but that's because he tries to cozy up to people where he can. He's manipulative like that.
Oh, well, as
Like, I
far as
mean,
I
you
know,
should. I
he's
mean,
been
he
respectful.
you will see that a guy like that. I mean, and there are lots of guys like that in the nation. I mean, 10 points are rather unique in that she's just brainwashed. 10 point just thinks she needs to be constantly brutalized for her own good. doesn't speak well of a Fianna, in my opinion. Just makes them look like savages. Makes them look like everything the Fenrir are often accused of. And I haven't met a Fenrir anything like that. I've met Fenrir that have been thick-headed, but certainly not needlessly cruel. Not, I mean, the nation is cruel, but at least tries to attach a purpose to it. If you know what I mean. This is just senseless. I mean, even the justifications for it just are just completely just. I can't even take them seriously. They're just sad. Even the Red Talons, who hate humanity and many just want to cull them, like, at least there's a point that is grounded in a reality that I can relate to on some level, even if it's very distant from my own.
You're quite passionate about this.
I don't. There's already enough cruelty in the nation. I don't need people who are going to add more to it out of some sort of perceived cultural stewardship, which has gone nowhere for over 1,000 years.
I mean, I
I
highly
have
doubt
not.
that's just a Fianna, though.
No, but the Fianna have been most guilty of it here, and it is steeped in their own tribal culture in that they view themselves as the guardians of Garu culture in general.
Mhm.
Which, yeah, sorry, you don't dictate what the fuck my culture is. Get out of here.
I mean, I thought that every tribe had their own unique culture.
That's what's weird to me. A lot of these things don't really add up with individual tribal norms. I mean, it's just each tribe trying to get one on the over the other, really, in a lot of ways. Like the Fianna view themselves as the guardians of Garou culture. The Silverfangs view themselves as its leaders. The Shadowlords consider themselves its actual leaders. The Fenrir consider themselves its best warriors, and thus the only ones worthy of actually doing anything of consequence. The Wendigo and the Uktana have massive issues with pretty much every, well, with three tribes in particular, but a lot of other tribes because we didn't do anything about the Native American massacres that annihilated their kinfolk populations on their own and almost destroyed this land.
I
And
haven't met
that
any
of
of
course
them
leads them
yet.
with a lot of resentment and to take actions understandably more justifiable than the other tribes.
You know,
But
I've not seen that kind of things here, at least not on this sept.
well, yeah, no, ever since the Seekers fucked up, everything's been way more chill.
I mean, I've been here when the Seekers were here, and I've never seen that much conflict that you speak of.
There was conflict with Simon. To be fair, Simon largely fucked it up himself, but it was
Yeah, but that,
absolutely the wrong place to bring it up in the wrong time.
I mean, I wasn't there for that. But also, that's personal conflict, not political
It's a
conflict.
political conflict.
Oh,
It was pack on pack and an attempt to attack my pack. I'm not going to be.
okay,
I'm going to be frank about the overarching consequences of that. That was an excuse.
but you spoke of tribal conflict before, not pack on pack.
Oh, pack conflict is rife here as well. There's a lot of different layers of conflict. I mean, we've had a lot of tribal conflict. I mean, when I talk about the Striders and the Seekers, obviously that's pack on pack conflict. But that's nothing to do with the tribal conflict. It's
Well,
connected because obviously they are a part of this tribe, and I mean the Striders are very diverse and fairly progressive, so tribal identity is less resonant with us in general.
mm-hmm.
Chloe wasn't, she wasn't a super hardcore Black Fury. I'm not a super hardcore Silverfang. It's still relevant to our lives, but it's not all consuming. But
Yeah,
the
well, but
Seekers
I've
were
not
the Seekers
seen
were
a
more
lot
or
of
less the Seekers were
tribal
just
conflicts.
the Seekers were more or less just an entire Fianna pack. It's only recently they got a Child of Gaia among them,
Mm-hmm.
which surprises me because I would think a Child of Gaia would be appalled at the way Ten Point is treated.
Well, maybe Jason is trying to help from the inside out. You don't know his motives.
I certainly hope that's the case.
Don't just judge a book.
Pardon?
Don't judge a book by its cover.
I mean, I like Jason. I think if there's anything he's trying to do, it's probably that. at the same time, as far as I'm concerned, the Seekers are a poisoned well. It's I think I to be honest, I think Sish is just learning that.
I, I don't know. I came into this situation too late to be a proper judge of character on that.
I mean, I'm not saying my opinion is like
And in all
true.
honesty, like okay, that's like one tribal pack. I haven't really seen anyone. Well, Rasvan maybe somewhat, and Altani when he was still here. Have other than that, I've not really seen anyone like being extremely tribal based.
No, it has slowly calmed down. Like as I said, the only real conflicts we've had with the Seekers recently was with the whole Simon thing, and again, that's more a case of just when rather than what or why. Like the reasons in it are justified. It was just absolutely the wrong time to start that conflict, and there are definitely questions as to the motivations as to why. I don't trust the word of a lot of the people in the Seekers, frankly, or who are in the Seekers currently. Sisha, to be honest, I have a very distant relationship with, and only had a conflict with her once, which was largely resolved. Um,
I like Saoirse. She's been helping me out somewhat.
yeah, I mean, she is a tell singer.
Mm,
She kept that without a pack support, which is, lends her credit. It means she's
mm.
not just being propped up as a puppet. Because that shit still happens. Politics is still real here, and it pisses me off.
Okay, you just make no sense. First, you said you are very politically based, and then you say you're pissed off by them.
Well,
Or
yeah,
you're
I'm
just
politically
pissed off
based.
because you
Even
don't
though
get your.
I came in here as a fucking blank slate. I knew nothing of the nation, and then I learned it's some sort of fucking just absolutely, I mean, backwards ass mess that has basically been in a near perpetual state of freefall for centuries because it's
Mm.
not moving forward with the times. It's not that I want to be, and it's the fact that as part of a tribe, I then am basically made a part of a political system whether I want to be or not.
So, is there anyone that you do like on the sept?
Yeah, I like most people on this set. Most people are cool. I'm just ranting about the people I don't like. That
I
doesn't
can
mean I
tell.
dislike most of the Sabs. It's like one of the reasons I'm pissed off of the politics is because it gets in the way of me doing what I need to do, and I never wanted to be a part of it to begin with. I just am. It's you may not think it, but you're going to be part of that same political system too. As soon as you're a Cleave, you'll be considered fair game. That's what will fucking happen. Because
Okay.
every tribe has issues of every other tribe. It's all one tribe trying to get one up on the other. It's fucking frustrating. And sometimes I really don't mind looking like an asshole if it just gets everyone to agree on one thing that I'm an asshole. But hey, at least people start doing what they need to do now. Preferable to them just fucking screwing around all the time.
Well, don't worry. You're not an asshole.
Thanks. I tried not to be honest. I really don't want to be that guy.
I
It's
don't think you have to be that guy.
sometimes I've had to be that guy.
Mm.
I avoid it where I can, but sometimes you just can't avoid those situations, and you just gotta be, a, just gotta be a hard ass for a while.
Well, if there's any way I can support you or help you, just let me know.
It's okay. You being here's fine. I guess. I mean, as a soul fam, I expected to be a leader, so the extra pressure doesn't really help. But it is what it is, and I joined Soul Fangs for that express purpose because I felt like I could make the most difference as a part of their tribe as opposed to others.
That's kind of what I'm hoping as well.
Mm.
I
We'll
mean,
see.
I don't think I'm a bad leader per se. I think I could do that. And yeah, like, I just want to Just want to, make a difference.
Hey, I mean, not to boast or anything, but I've been fairly successful. So I've no doubt you'll be as well.
I gotta keep up the family name, don't I?
Yeah, I mean that kind of kinfolks right bill was basically the result of two people working together. You know,
Hmm. And you were one of them, I presume.
I basically gave the bill kind of the structure and legal weight it needed to pass.
Well, good for you.
It was William who initially created it. I basically just refined it. I mean, that's why I give William most of the credit because it is the idea itself that has value. The refinement is something
I heard his
others
name
could
being
do.
mentioned a lot of times, but I never had the pleasure of meeting him.
Absolutely great man. A bit hard headed, but I mean, it works.
I mean, that is like the subtitle to the nation. Everybody's hot-headed, stubborn.
He was hard headed in a fairly clever way. I respect that. He was willing to take hits and, in some cases, even shame himself to make the point, to push change, to do what was necessary. And
Okay.
that takes a degree of bravery that
How, how did he
most others
shame
not.
himself then?
I say shame himself. He was willing to. So there are certain social norms that affect one's standing, your reputation, your renown, that sort of thing. For example, he was happy to act out of auspice if it meant that what needed to happen happened. And
I
don't get me
see.
wrong, he made mistakes. Like he was by no means perfect. He made, I mean, he made real mistakes and they had consequences. But I mean,
I
when
mean,
all's said and done,
as long as it doesn't get anyone killed.
he had, I mean, in spite of those mistakes, he left a positive legacy.
I mean, isn't that all we all hope to do?
Not many of us leave much behind.
No, but that doesn't mean that we don't all strive to leave something behind.
Yes, I mean, in a way, our society is based around it. Like, we want to have this whole list of accomplishments when we die, but there's a tangible difference that even after he's left, still matters. Is still in effect. Is still affecting people. It's not a case of I killed this big bad thing, right? Because
Hmm.
at the end of the day, eventually another big bad thing will come along. That
Yeah.
is temporal. It's temporary. He has made a lasting difference. There is a lasting legacy here. Like that's something that will be remembered. That's something that will matter.
So who are the heroes of the Sept?
Hmm. well,
Besides Mama L, of course.
I mean, it depends on what you call a hero and if you're
Well,
going to
according to
determine it by
you,
rank. I
according to
mean,
you,
heroes. I
I
don't
want
like
to learn
talking about heroes all that much because I feel like
like
I don't.
there's okay, maybe I'm saying it wrong. I mean like obviously you've been here from quite some time. You've learned a lot. You've been part of this Sept's history. The way you speak of William, um, it sounds like you. I mean, maybe hero is the wrong word for it, but it feels like he's a hero in a sense to you.
William White.
Person of importance, then
So I'd say
VIP.
our old Metis Walder. He was a character. He was interesting. I liked him. He did real good in
The
spite of
one
all
without
the.
claws.
Hmm. And you also had Chloe, my former alpha. You had a guy called Aaron Rhodes. I've gone through a lot of alphas. Aaron and Chloe stand out. I did have another alpha called Eric Trimbunson, but it was a bit rockier with him. I still respect him though. And it's kind of sad. I look back on his history and almost feel like I failed in a way that the Striders end with me.
I mean, you say it like that, but you could also say that you're starting a new legacy, a new chapter. Maybe
I
the
hope
true
so.
spirit of the Striders are not lost just because you are now only one.
I will ensure the Striders are remembered. That I won't
Exactly.
tolerate. If people even think about undermining what they've done, everything they've done, so much.
I mean,
They're one of
I'm
the
sure
long.
it's
They're the
not.
longest running pack in the set.
There you go. I mean, I'm sure there are more packs that have come and have gone. It's not a bad thing. I've heard wolves like switch packs far more often than I've seen here. Like when a pack becomes too big or when even when they feel like it, it's just part of their nature to, a pack means a lot to them, but they split up or go a different direction. Well, wait, very, very easily. So I wouldn't be too bothered about it, really.
Anyway, that's enough ranting from me. To be honest, I just hope this new pack can pull its weight. The shoot to frill.
Oh, right. Yes. Well, I mean, is
I
it the
hope.
only pack we have right now?
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
wow.
better be able to pull that weight. We'll see.
We
I
shall.
mean, right now I'm trying to form a plan with them, which basically with basically no fucking intelligence on our enemy. So
Hmm.
running. Let's see how straight I can run as a blind man.
Well, like I said, if there's anything I can do to help, even if I'm still a cub, I am more than happy to.
I'll look into that med shipment for you.
Hmm.
See what it turns up. If there's worm taint there, then I'll definitely know.
Yeah. I I mean, in all honesty, I say it's frustrating that I can't really leave the set. On the other hand, I don't feel that there is much I could do. You know? What can I do? Wander around New York hoping to stumble upon the shipments? It's like, I don't know.
We all have our own methods. You'll find those.
Yeah. It's just it feels like I'm dropped right in the middle of the story and all the main characters except you are gone. It's like Game of Thrones, but everyone is gone. And I'm just, a side character that all of a sudden is standing here and it's like I don't know what to do. And where's the rest?
Hmm.
I guess that is maybe why, I was thinking about hurrying up and becoming a Cleath so that I could actually, even if it's just grunt work, I could do something productive other than sitting here and waiting for things to happen. or for someone to take me off the sept, and you know, like I want to be able to pull my own weight. I want to be able to actively help out and to help you and to help the others of the sept. And I
You
don't
can. You
know.
already are.
Yeah, because the warder let us have sept. That's the only reason why we found information.
Yeah, but when you're a Cleave, that might be a problem.
I know. So maybe I should just hurry up and get it over with.
Just,
I don't know. I'm normally not this impatient, but
just sleep on it and then come talk to me again, and we'll sort this out.
you're right. Uh, sleeping's going to be hell, though. There's only 2 cubs left, me and Snowflake. Cub 10 is just cold.
I can get you a blanket if you're feeling cold.
You think I don't have blankets? I've built my own blanket fort there.
Oh, nice.
No boys allowed.
Go visit sometime. Don't we knock down that blanket fort? You feeling better?
Well, I mean, just gonna crawl my way back.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to help you off to your pillow fort?
I mean, I can handle myself. It's fine. I don't want to be seen getting any favors.
She says, at a level of wounded where she can't actually walk.
So,
So I don't see you going anywhere in a hurry. So just accept the help and be grateful.
fine. Fine.
Don't worry. When you're a Cleave, I'll stop doting on you.
Eh, all
The
right,
baby
clear.
bird learns to fly.
I need to find my own place somehow.
I mean, you can just
Would you
stay at
mind?
mine while you do.
I was gonna ask.
I mean, my wife might be a little edgy on it, but I mean, your family, she should be fine.
I was gonna say it's not like I mean. eh, I wouldn't mind if I could crash with you as soon as I become clear. I don't want to sleep one more day in that. Then it's not for
Aw.
me.
See, I don't mind dens.
I'm
They're
sure you
cozy.
don't. I'm sure they are when you're like all furry and stuff, but uh, oh well. I'll look into that ancestors thing though. That might be useful somehow. Well, at least no one can say that you pulled your punches, so. I best go and sleep this off.
You go do that. Come on. He'll kind of help prop you up.
Yep.
Or,
Fuck.
or, or if she's just like feeling that bad, he'll just carry the bird back to her nest.
I mean, on 6 bashing, I'm pretty sure that she will need support, but she'll try and walk for herself. God damn it! Doesn't need to be fucking carried.
Now you old Bobby bird. It's fine. Um, she's not actually a toddler, contrary to what the memes dictate. Um, he'll just prop her up and help her get back.
Yep. I think with that we can end the scene.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Play for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This was another scene for Living Well of Darkness, Rage Across New York.